thank goodness we're on generator. I don't even know if we have electricity in this area right now. But we are on generator here at Channel 3. And we've been on generator since this morning. So that's good. Now, Luskville, you're only a minute away from the storm. Reliance, 5 minutes. Ooltewah, 8 to 9 minutes away. Grady, about 9 minutes away from this storm. So you should be taking cover. Lightning is flashing like crazy out in that area. Matter of fact, I'm going to zoom in on the Viper, and I can tell you how many lightning strokes have hit through that area. About 167 in the last 10 minutes or so. So that's a lot of lightning strokes hitting the ground from Benton to Ooltewah. And the sky's exploding. We also have a pretty good cell just to the west of Athens and up towards Riceville. Bradley County, there's some rain over you, but the worst is over for Bradley County. It looks like we've got this cell that's out over the Benton area, could be producing a tornado. Let's take a look at that cell, that shear marker, just to the northwest of Reliance there, Nick, if we can. And see how fast that wind is in that one still, if it's got any worse. It's dropped a little bit. It's 81 miles an hour now. Yeah. That's still a possible tornado in that area. Actually, it's probably from Benton to Reliance, right along the edge. If there's a tornado at all, that's where it would be, probably on the southern tip of the Benton Reliance area. So that's probably where the worst of that storm is. But you're going to get a lot of hail through the Benton area. You're also going to get a lot of hail up towards Ooltewah, and you're going to get a lot of hail towards Grady, and then later on towards Tellico Plains. So that's the new tornado warning that we've got, and that's going to be up for a while there. It's going to be up for at least another hour through the Monroe County area. Let's see what else we got here. I feel like I'm telling stories and people are handing me things. That's the way. It's remarkable. So that's about the only thing new that we've gotten so far. And let's take a look right now. You may hear me clicking over here. I'm putting more paper in the machine because the paper is going like crazy. Again, from Benton up through northern part of Polk County, Luskville any second now, you're going to get hit by the storm. Reliance, 4 minutes away. Hiawassee, 5 minutes. Ooltewah, 8 minutes away. This storm has very, very strong winds, large hail with it. You could have ping pong ball size hail out of the storm as it moves over northern part of Polk County, heading towards southern McMinn County, and then heading towards Monroe County, towards Tellico Plains. There is some wind shear being detected right now to the west of Riceville in McMinn County. Riceville, you should be taking cover. You are under a tornado warning too. McMinn County is under a tornado warning completely from two different cells, the one near Riceville and the one also near Benton. So you're pretty much 2 minutes away from the news. Okay, is that what we're doing? You can always talk to me. Don't worry about it, John. That's all right. I said, if you interrupt me, that's all right. I need to be interrupted. I've been, as my wife says, jacking my jaws for a long time here. So that's the way things are going to be. Let's take a little bit further south look, see, Nick, see how that stuff looks south of us.
All right, let me clear that off here.
Okay. Because we're going to be going to the newscast in a little bit. And again, these are severe thunderstorm warnings that are out now for the Dalton area. Dalton, you're getting hit pretty hard. Lots of thunder and lightning. It'll be moving towards Chatsworth, Eton within the next 10, 15 minutes. South of Ringgold, the warning was very good. Severe thunderstorm warning for Whitfield County, extreme southern part of Catoosa County, and up through Murray County, north from Chatsworth, from Ramhurst on northward, a severe thunderstorm possible. Also, and we're also getting wind shear in that storm now near Dalton. There's probably going to be some wind damage out near Dalton, at least minor wind damage, hopefully nothing more than that. But you're going to be prepared out near Dalton. Minute and a half? Okay. And we got also a thunderstorm back towards Walker County. 1 minute away now. Okay, towards Walker County. And there's a lot of lightning and thunder with that, but the worst of the storm is moving through Whitfield County right now, through Murray County. And also, let's pull back just full screen here just for a second, Nick, to number 3 there. Again, Hamilton County, you're almost completely out of the woods. McMinn County, Polk County, Monroe County, you're still under a tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning for Whitfield, Murray, and also for Walker and northern Chattooga County. You are under a warning. May have to put warnings out for Fannin County and maybe Gilmer County later on, but we are coming up to the top of the newscast. We have about 4 hours worth of video here that we could show you, but we don't have that much time. So we're going to go straight to the news. Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11 starts now.
And this is the scene tonight.
There's a big old tornado
scene.
A scene that has been taking place all day long. As you well know, Paul and all of the Storm Alert team has been on the air bringing you the latest, and we are here now to bring you what we can tell you about the destruction that is out there this evening.
And it's really hard to say. We will not know the extent of it until daylight, actually. But here's what we do know. There were 4 major areas hit hardest this evening, including Ringgold. The video you saw just a moment ago, we're going to show you again. This is a funnel cloud moving over I-75. We know that some buildings are leveled right off exit 348, including some popular businesses. In Dade County, Georgia, we know that 2 deaths are confirmed from a possible tornado tonight, which would be the second of the day. We know that in Appleton, here in Hamilton County, there are reports of people trapped in their homes. They went looking for shelter and are unable to get out. And in Bradley County, we're checking out reports of a rescue operation now underway. There are multiple school closings tomorrow, and they'll be running at the bottom of your screen, so be watching for those.
As darkness fell, at least 2 people died from possible tornadoes in Dade County, Georgia. And tonight, crews are rescuing people from their homes in a subdivision there off Highway 11. Channel 3 Eyewitness News anchor Greg Glover is live right now in Trenton. Let's check in with him. Greg, do we have any idea how many people have been hurt?
Numerous injuries, Cindy, as David mentioned at the top of the program, 2 confirmed deaths here in Dade County. We're in Trenton, about a block south.
We're gonna die. I kept telling her we were gonna die.
This is what's left. The moment a tornado struck Trenton, Georgia, those were the thoughts going through Sky Bolton's head. She, her sister Stormy, and their mother were inside S&L Tans on Main Street. The 3 had ridden out a twister in Rising Fawn back in '92. Mom had a plan.
We was watching it through the window, and we started seeing stuff flying around, and we had already made plans that if something happened that we were going to get in the tanning bed.
That's just what they did, the 3 of them, in one bed with the lid down and all this going on around them. 30 seconds later, it was over, and blue sky returned.
Well, we just laid there for just a few minutes because I kept telling them just to be quiet, it's not over, and it just kept, I mean, the wind kept blowing, and then finally it calmed down, and we got out and climbed out the back of the building.
They could do that because the back wall was gone. But as search and rescue continues here in Trenton, they escape with their lives and a positive outlook.
We keep thinking, I mean, we just keep thinking, praising God. I mean, the whole time we were in there, we were just praising God. Just hold us and keep us tight. And we're alive. I mean, and there's a lot of people that's lost their home here. We can rebuild if we want to or relocate, but there's a lot of people that's lost their homes and lives. So we're okay with it.
We're in the parking lot of the Moore Funeral Home. The south side of the building over to my right is just completely destroyed. We're just about a stone's throw, maybe a block away from the Trenton Town Square. There is not power to be had within miles around here. Chris Bryant is my photojournalist. He's going to swing over and try to show you a little bit of the destruction. He's going to start at the back of the business that held that tanning salon, the folks we were talking to there in the package that we just rolled for you. And as he swings over, you can see the absolute destruction. Trees sheared off at the center. When he gets over to my side here, there'll be darkness. Back in that darkness is an apartment complex called Auburn Apartments, and that's where the rescuers were doing their job tonight, trying to dodge the remnants of the storms that keep coming through, trying to do some rescue, some search. We heard lots of chainsaws, saw lots of flashlights, and the red and blue lights continue up here. The shelter for all the people displaced by this storm, and there are a lot, is just across Main Street here. We're at the intersection of Main and Lafayette, Main being Highway 11, Lafayette being another highway that they're detouring people onto. It's the First Baptist Church in Trenton, and they told us that if there's anyone in the area who has extra blankets, extra clothes, maybe some extra bottled water, first thing in the morning, if you could bring that to help these folks that have been displaced by this massive tornado that lasted all of about 30 seconds here in Trenton, but certainly did an awful job here. Just bring that to the church and tell the authorities that you're there to help, and they'll take those supplies and certainly put them to good use. When we arrived around 8:15 today, we saw just a mass of people walking around with a stunned look on their face as this caught everyone by surprise. I think Sheriff Cannon of Dade County told Chris, my photographer here earlier today, that they had dodged about 2 bullets. Well, the third one certainly made an impact here in Trenton, and the extent of the devastation won't be known certainly until sunup. But rescue crews still on the scene, and I'm sure they will be throughout the night. First Baptist Church here in Trenton is the shelter, and rescue lighting on the inside of that for all the people that have been displaced. It's a mess out here in Trenton. they're asking if you don't have to be out here, don't come out here. Lots of things going on through the evening. That's where we are live in Dade County, just a stone's throw from the center of Trenton. Greg Glover, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Greg. It's so sad to see that. You're standing in front of Moore Funeral Home, which has been in business there for more than 40 years, and it looks like that building, took some major damage. So sorry.
And so far, we know that 2 people died there in Dade County. The death toll may go higher. Another place hit really hard tonight that you may not have heard about yet is Ringgold, Georgia. Keith Cawley is there on the phone. He's been down there to try to figure out what's going on. Keith, tell us what you're seeing.
Well, I'm seeing quite a bit at the moment, Cindy and David. I've been here for about a half an hour. It was an absolute mess, number one, trying to get in here. Listening to just Greg talk about what's going on in Trenton, I can absolutely echo the same things. Do not try to get in here. Traffic is backed up for hours on each side. And what we're looking at here in the Ingalls parking lot on Alabama Highway, which is just less than a half a mile off the I-75 exit here in Ringgold. There are, I would count, I think, more than 50 emergency response vehicles, people milling about. This is one of 2 communication outpost headquarters, if you will, that they have set up here. I think I was told they have another one at the sheriff's office closer to downtown. The areas that were hardest hit from eyewitnesses and from officials here was the Alabama Highway region right off the 75 exit, a series of restaurants and gas stations heading down now to that intersection where the single stands, and then going right down into the historic downtown area of Ringgold is what they say may be the hardest hit. I was just talking to a group of people who gave me a ride up here on their ATV. I had to park about a quarter mile away and ride in, and they just went off actually to take part in the search and rescue operations down towards the courthouse area, down towards the downtown area of Ringgold. And as Greg said in Trenton, I think that a lot of us who arrived here after dark won't know what it's going to look like until that sun starts to rise in the morning. We've got a lot of officials that came here from out of town. I talked to some folks from Nashville who are here helping out, as well from the Atlanta area. And basically everybody's just asking what can they do, and then they're going to go see how they can help. And that's basically the situation down here. I will continue to try to find out more. And once again, in the morning, we'll have a better idea of just how bad it was here in Ringgold.
Thank you very much, Keith. And he's talking about exit 348 off I-75, where you have Aunt Effie's, you have Taco Bell, Wendy's, Hardee's,
McDonald's,
Food Lion, McDonald's, and most, if not all of those, sustained some very heavy damage tonight. One of our eyewitnesses just called it a war zone there in Ringgold. That's where it stands.
And we will know more later. Amy Morrow is going to bring us a live report with an update a little bit later on from Ringgold as well. We know that Callie Starnes is in Appleton tonight, and we have learned that one person has died there. Let's check in with Callie to see if she can bring us up to date.
Well, Cindy, the news just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? We arrived out here on Appleton Pike. It took us forever to get out here because of all the trees that are down in this area. It's hard to describe to you what I'm looking at, but literally you cannot see homes, you cannot see the road, power lines are gone, and all that you see is just tree limbs. In the midst of that, you see several firefighters with their flashlights walking through the limbs of the trees, looking for what we assume to be people. I talked to Chief Brian Hickman with the Collegedale Police Department, and he tells me that they are looking for multiple people, but at this point they really don't know how many are missing, and we know there has been at least one fatality. The fear is that there might be more. So they have set up lights here on Appleton Pike so that they can continue to search through the night. It doesn't look like they're going to be letting up anytime soon. The rain is coming down really hard yet again, but these guys are buckling down and preparing for a long night ahead so that they can find these individuals. We're going to try to get some more information on exactly who they're looking for, Cindy, and we'll be updating you all night long at WRCBTV.com. For now, that's it from Appleton Pike. Callie Starnes, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you very much, Callie. Let's go back live to Dade County. We want to take a look at the scene there in Trenton, Georgia this evening. And this is just one example of the damage that has been sustained by so many buildings there, houses, homes, businesses, just a war zone.
And we, of course, will be learning more about all of the damage and devastation throughout the South, the Southeast. By tomorrow, we'll know more, but Alabama was apparently the hardest hit at last report. 40 people dead in the state of Alabama. Tuscaloosa, apparently the hardest hit community there.
Yeah, right near the university and some of the well-known restaurants and businesses that have been very popular there for years. Cindy, you've worked here a long time. I've worked here a long time. Paul Barris has been here a long time, and I know we can all agree we've never seen anything like this.
Paul, tell us what's going on now. It just seems like it was a never-ending day, and you warned us that this was going to be bad. I don't think any of us could have conceived that we would start with storms early this morning and still be talking about them before midnight at night.
That's because, Cindy, nothing like this has ever happened before. Even in '74, that great 1974 outbreak tornadoes, the worst the United States has ever seen, on April 3rd and April 4th, was not as intense as this for our area. Our area has gotten hit harder than ever before. On '74, we had Resaca tornado, I think killed 12 people. That was probably worse than deaths. That was because the technology wasn't that good. We didn't have Doppler radars back then. We couldn't warn the people like we warned them today. And we literally warned you all day long on this. We've got a storm that's moving right now out over Tellico Plains area, out in Monroe County. This one still has wind shear with it. As a matter of fact, we could pop up some of the winds. There more than likely is a tornado out near the Tellico Plains area now. We have 69 mile an hour, now 92. That's 92 mile an hour winds with this storm. And there's definitely a tornado probably just south of the Tellico Plains area, heading towards Tellico Plains, and we're going to be moving through Monroe County. It's moving off towards the north at 84 miles an hour. That's how fast these cells are moving. So it's moving faster than most cars on the interstate. So again, if you're out over Monroe County, southern part of Monroe County, not so much Madisonville, but southern part of Monroe County, you are under a tornado warning right now with 92 mile an hour winds. This is more than likely a tornado. Ooltewah, technically, you're still under a warning, but the worst of these cells, the one that's causing the damage, is out over Monroe County. So I could sort of clear the Ooltewah area now. I'm going to clear the Benton and Reliance area. We're not going to worry about that. Let's go further down to the south and to the west. We'll go over the Dalton area. And right over Bradley County, there's still some really good cells, but more severe weather, still a severe thunderstorm warning. This is severe thunderstorm warning is just moving past Dalton, heading towards Eton right now. We have some wind shear right here. Let's pop up that one, Nick, and see what we've got. 81 mile an hour winds. Now, this is just a severe thunderstorm warning. It still may have a tornado. The way things are gone today, I don't trust any of these storms. None of them. I don't trust them at all. So this could have a tornado north of Chatsworth, heading towards Eton. If you are in Eton, take my advice. Trust me. Go to a place of safety right now. This storm is going to be moving rapidly off towards the north and the east. It's moving off at probably at least 60, 70 miles an hour right now. We also have a storm out over the northern part of Gordon County that has at least some hail in it, and that storm is heading just south of Ramhurst, heading towards Gilmer County, and it may affect Fannin County later on. Again, here's that storm. Eton in about 3 minutes you're going to get hit. Crandall in about 5 minutes. Cisco, 8 minutes. Higdon, 19 minutes. There's another Higdon. There's one out in on Sand Mountain. There's another one up into Murray County. Epworth, 22 minutes. McKaysville, 24 minutes. As we get into Fannin County, the cell will be moving into the higher elevations in a very uninhabited area of Fannin County. Most of the people live out near Blue Ridge, McKaysville, and all that area. But again, this storm is going to be heading towards Fannin County. So this is another big one. So then we're going to travel a little further to the south. And Dalton's getting hit pretty good right now. A lot of lightning. It's mainly out of Catoosa County. That's good. Dalton's getting some hail out of this. Let's see how big the hail is on this storm, Nick. We'll pop that up and we'll see how strong, big the hail is on that one. Okay, let's see. We got hail up to 1 inch in diameter. That means we could have marble-sized hail out of the cell moving over the Dalton area, and that's going to be heading towards Eton and Chatsworth also. So again, this whole conglomeration right here from Chatsworth, Eton, all the way to almost just south of Varnell to Dalton is going to be moving over the same spot. So hail and strong gusty winds out of this one. This is very, as of right now, it's over Dalton. In 8 minutes, will be over Chatsworth, 10 minutes over Eton. Crandall, about 11 minutes. Burnett, 24 minutes. Higdon, in about 24 minutes. So all that area out over from Dalton to Chatsworth, Eton, and points all the way into Fannin County, you are under a a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Not a tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning. And then we have the cell with another severe thunderstorm warning that's out over the Gordon County area. And that cell is just south of Chattooga County, which is out of our viewing area, but it's going to be moving into Gordon County later on. And it's going to have some hail, some very strong gusty winds. And again, I don't trust these storms until they're completely out of here. I could say there could always be a tornado. We do have a tornado watch in effect, but right now there's just a severe thunderstorm warning. Nick, I want to just pull back to map 3 if we can. I want to show everybody what's clear. Right now, Hamilton County, it's over. Ray County, it's over. Meigs County, it's over. Bledsoe County, Van Buren County, Sequatchie County, Marion County, Jackson County, DeKalb County, Dade County, thank goodness it's over. Almost all of Walker County except the extreme southeastern part is out of harm's way. Catoosa County, it's over. We don't have to worry about any more in Catoosa County. It's in Whitfield County, pushing off towards the north and the east, heading towards. So anywhere from Cleveland on eastward, still, you're under the gun. There's a tornado watch still in effect. Anywhere from about Dalton on eastward, you're still under a tornado watch. We have from about Chattooga County on eastward through Gordon County, you're still under a watch. So this whole line is sort of like a line from just about Loudon to about Athens to Cleveland to Dalton down to about Somerville. West of there, it's over with. The watch is over. East of this area, the watch is still up for at least another couple hours or so. So that's what we're thinking right now. Believe it or not, I made a forecast today. We haven't mentioned it, but if we can punch up the computer, I want to show you my forecast. Okay, the storms are ending. They already have in many spots, not east of the city though. Lows should be near 69. Some of the storms still could be strong to severe with southwesterly winds at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, the sun comes back. We'll start off with some clouds, then the sun will come back. Northwesterly winds, 72. There's no such thing as good weather for a cleanup, but this will be good weather for a cleanup. Tomorrow night, clear skies, cool, lows dropping down to about 48 degrees. The 3-day forecast, again, tomorrow 72, 78 Friday, about 70, 82 coming up on Saturday with lots of sunshine. Here's the 7-day forecast. We've got dry weather again tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday, 84, a few more clouds. Could see some showers and storms Monday. Don't expect a whole heck of a lot on that one. We'll keep an eye on it. By that time, I may trust thunderstorms again. Today, I don't. Tuesday, a 30% chance for some showers left over, and then it's over. And then by Wednesday, we're looking at 74 degrees. That's the 7-day forecast. It's the best thing I can tell you all day long, plus the fact that a lot of the viewing area is already away from the warnings. But we still have some warnings left over. We still have that tornado warning again out to the west of us. We go back to our radar one more time. I think we got time. We got some more news too, don't we? Okay, we got more news, but let's go back to the radar one more time. I want to show you again where the warnings are. The worst is up near Tellico Plains as far as the tornado warning through Monroe County. And then we have severe thunderstorm warnings still from about Dalton through Murray County up into Fannin County. There's a chance for severe weather out there. Southern part of Gilmer County, moving into the extreme southern part of Fannin County, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect, and also a severe thunderstorm warning still for the Chattooga County area and into Gordon County, and that'll probably continue. This whole thing will probably take another couple hours, maybe an hour and a half to clear out of the whole viewing area, and then we'll be able to tell everybody who has not had horrible damage that you'll be able to rest for the rest of the night. You may not have power for a while. It's going to take at least a couple of days, I can tell you, in a lot of places to get the power back because the trees are down all over the place. As bad as these storms were in Red Bank, I live in Red Bank, and I saw what happened a few months ago with that storm. This one is just unbelievable. It's like that Red Bank storm in a dozen places, at least. So that's the good news. The good news is the weather's going to be getting better, and we still have some warnings left. Monroe County, you're only the one under a tornado warning right now. We've got more news, and we're going back to David and Cindy.
Paul, thank you. Thank you, Nick Austin, David Carnes. I don't know how many hours you guys have been on the job. We've lost count, but thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts. You've helped many people. School closings tomorrow. A lot of them, as there should be, because many people still don't have power. Many people still can't get out of their neighborhoods or driveways.
And some of these schools don't have power.
Exactly. So let's run down the list for you quickly. You may have heard of them, but here we go. Boyd Buchanan's closed tomorrow, Bradley County, Belvoir Christian, Bowman Hills, Catoosa County, CGLA, Girls Leadership Academy, and Cleveland City Schools.
Cleveland Christian School, Covenant College, Grace Baptist Academy, Girls Preparatory School. These are all closed. Hamilton County schools are closed. Hickory Valley Christian, Learning Tree Elementary, Liberty Christian in Athens, McMinn County Schools, Meigs County Schools, Orange Grove Center, open, no buses. Orange Grove Center, open, no buses. The rest of these are closed. Silverdale Baptist Academy and Preschool and United Christian Academy.
Now let's go to Georgia. You may have noticed we're doing these alphabetically, so here we go. Bright Beginning Academy in Ringgold is closed. Chickamauga City Schools, Catoosa County schools are closed. You know, we had that on the Tennessee list. I'm sorry. But anyway, Catoosa County schools are closed. Dade County schools and Walker County schools are closed.
In Alabama, DeKalb County Schools as well as Jackson County.
And a few others on the list: Alphabet Children's Center, Brainerd Methodist Preschool, First Steps Child Care Rossville, Flintstone Child Care, Kids Station Learning Center. Oh, I see another little group there. North River YMCA, Shiny Penny, Sweet Peas, We Care, and this one's open at 8:30, Grace Children's Center.
And we want to let you know that, of course, this list is on our website, wrcbtv.com, and we will continue to update this. We no doubt will have more closings coming in.
All right, let's go live now where Channel 3, I guess we could call him our chief photographer, George Mitchell, is on the scene. And this is what you're looking at in Ringgold. You see so many fire trucks and you see the rescue crews. And he's in the neighborhood of Ringgold Chrysler Dodge Jeep. And the situation, as we reported earlier, off exit 348, pretty much all the fast food places, a hotel, Food Lion, all of them heavily damaged, some of them beyond repair.
Not really sure what is happening there in the car dealership. Of course, you see the emergency vehicles as well as other things. I don't know if they are starting to set up some kind of a triage unit. Okay, this is a roadblock. All right, all right.
And that's wise. You know, they've cut off, in fact, earlier this evening, Catoosa County declared a state of emergency. We've also heard that about Hamilton County, East Ridge. There you see the car lot there. And Paul Barris has something new for us. Let's go back to him.
If we can go to, right now, let's go to our radar. And I got a brand new tornado warning in effect right now for just a small part of our viewing area. This tornado warning is for extreme southern Fannin County, right in here. And the reason I'm really breaking in on this is it's going to affect southeastern Fannin County until 12:15, and also Union County in north central Georgia. Train spotters out in here near Dahlonega, or just past Jasper, Georgia, have indicated they have seen a tornado on the ground, 20 miles southwest of, I guess it's Suches, S-U-C-H-E-S, Suches. It's moving northeast at about 35 or 55 miles an hour. So I'm going to punch up the wind shear on this, and we'll see how strong the winds are. It's up to 81 mile an hour winds, which is pretty intense, and some of the towns in the way of this, some towns I've never heard of before. Nimblewood, Gaddstown I've heard of, Sarah I've heard of, Baxter I've heard of, Fort Smith 14 minutes, and Suches 15 minutes. So this storm again is heading towards Blairsville, and it's just going to clip the southern part of Fannin County in our viewing area. So I just wanted to show you that. That is the one warning that has come out since I just got away from the magic weather walls there. A big storm still up near LJ, moving towards Fannin County. And the only other warning that we have right now, as far as tornado warnings go, is up towards, let's go up here, just past Tellico Plains. It's still in Monroe County, and it's moving off towards the north. It'll be out of Monroe County within 10 minutes or so. We still have cells that are popping up all over the place, mainly south of Dalton to about Calhoun, and near Eton's getting hit very hard right now. Chatsworth's getting hit very hard. But it looks like, again, most of Whitfield County within the next 5 minutes, I say next 10 minutes or so, you'll be out of the woods in Whitfield County too. So I guess I want to let you know about that tornado warning in extreme southern part of Fannin County and extreme southeastern part of Gilmer County. Still a tornado warning in effect. Possible tornado out there, and tornadoes leaving Monroe County, heading into the Blue Ridge Mountains. We'll go back to David and Cindy.
All right, thank you very much. You know, Cindy, so many people have called today and said, how can I help? What can we do? We're hearing about these people who've lost their homes or who are injured. A couple of quick plugs for our friends. One, at the American Red Cross, you know they're going to help. So if you have any questions of where to donate or where to go, just always think of our local American Red Cross chapter. And also blood assurance. They're going to need some help too, because we've got a lot of folks injured.
Yes, we have. And we're hearing a lot injured in Ringgold itself. Let's take a look at some of the video there. That is the funnel cloud that moved over Ringgold. And it's incredible. It's quite scary.
We're told that in Ringgold, at least 100, maybe 200 people are injured. In fact, our newsroom is reporting a partial collapse of a school at Ringgold. Is it middle school or high school?
Middle
Not
high.
sure. Okay, they're close together. So in that, and it's right in the heart of Ringgold, right near the courthouse square. So we're picking up more information as we go along about what's happening in Ringgold. One of those schools reporting an entire wing is missing. Hamilton County needs chainsaw crews at Appison Elementary. So if you can operate a chainsaw, report to Appison Elementary. All right, thank you, Melodia, for that information. Greg Glover, one more thing we need to update also real quickly. We told you near the top of the newscast that 1 death was confirmed in Appison. Police have confirmed 2, and this is in the Clontz Road area of Appison.
All right, now let's check in with Greg. He's in Dade County in Trenton, where, as far as Greg can see, is just a lot of destruction. He was showing us pictures earlier. Let's see what he has there now. Greg?
Cindy, the destruction is right. If there were a metal roof anywhere around the town of Trenton, chances are that big pieces of it have been blown all over the place. That was one of the most eerie sounds tonight. When the winds would pick up, these large sheets of metal that are strewn all across parking lots around would start to quiver and wave. There are even some that are strung up in power lines. So that's just part of the recovery that'll be going on. Some good news: just about 3 minutes ago, we saw a helicopter circle and land about half a mile to my west here. So it was too dark to see if it was Life Force or Sheriff's Department or anything like that. But the fact that they were able to get a helicopter in the air and land it shows us that the weather's calmed down for the night. So Paul is exactly right about that. Just want to show you a little more of the destruction here. We are in the parking lot of Moore Funeral Home. The south end of that building has fallen apart. But back in the woods there, you may be able to make out the back end of what looks to be a camper trailer that's just been rolled over on its top. Behind that is a boat that found its way out there somewhere. Chris Bryant's my photojournalist here. I'll ask him just to pan over to my right and show you that large trees have been chopped just about midway down the trunk, laid over completely on their sides. And as we move the camera, we're moving toward the back end of the business that we talked to the folks earlier today who were in there taking cover in a tanning bed to weather this storm. The ladies' children's name, the daughters, their names were Sky and Storm. Probably appropriate names for what happened today. And I think I mentioned earlier that they survived a tornado back in the 90s in Rising Fawn, which is where they're from. They rode that one out, all 3 of them, in a bathtub. So their good disposition at the end of this day is something to be commended. And we hope there's a lot more of that, because there's a lot of recovery, a lot of still rescue to go on, we would think, tonight, as crews are still out. But there's just no power. The streets are dark except for the emergency vehicles, and everyone that's not working in a rescue capacity waiting for the morning to see exactly the extent of the destruction. We're live in Dade County. Greg Glover, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Greg. And now David was talking about ways people can help. And we're going to talk about how you can be a good citizen. We were just talking about the need at Appison Elementary for chainsaw crews. And we're not talking about tomorrow to get the trees up. We're talking about tonight.
Right now.
We need spotlights, chainsaw crews, people who can get out there. If you meet at the elementary school, they'll take you to the places where your help is needed. Apparently, homes are damaged, people are hurt, and rescue crews can't get to those homes because of the trees that are down.
They hear them. They know they're there. They just can't get to them. That's why they need those chainsaws and lights tonight, immediately. If any of you can operate a chainsaw and saw through some trees and wood, now's the time. Callie Starnes is in Appison, and we're going to rejoin her for some updated information. Callie?
Well, David, you guys summed it up beautifully. At this point, it really is a community effort out here. It continues to rain. It's dark. People are exhausted. But there are several families affected tonight that are trapped, and they need out of their homes. And so at this point, they're rallying the troops. We're headed right now over to the elementary school to speak with College Jail Chief Brian Hickman more specifically about when, where, and how those volunteers can show up. But they'll take them however you're willing to give it. They definitely, as you mentioned, need the chainsaws, need the manpower. I described Apison Pike earlier as being completely covered. It still is. And you kind of see flashlights coming in and out of the branches that are covering the streets, as are the power lines. We don't know at this point how many people they are looking for, and I think that's not because they're not telling the media, but I think they're not sure at this point how many people they are looking for. There's been several reports of folks we talked to hearing people yelling for help, and a few of those people, they've been able to make it to them, cut them out of their homes literally, and get them to safety. But at this point, the road is so treacherous that even the ambulance, the fire truck, the crews are having trouble getting down to the root of the problem. So it's going to be a long night here, David, and certainly I think when the sun comes up tomorrow, we're really going to get a full grasp on what it looks like out here. It hurts your heart to see what it's like out here tonight. I can only imagine what it's going to look like tomorrow. And I have a feeling it's not going to just be the Apison area. It's going to be everybody asking for those volunteers tomorrow. So hopefully they'll show up, and they'll show up in big numbers.
Thank you very much, Callie. And you know, Cindy, if half the reports we're hearing are true, and I'm sure more of them are true than that, we have no idea the devastation and the damage and the aftermath of all this we're in for when the sun comes up tomorrow. This is a major event.
As Paul said, the storms themselves are something we've never seen before.
Right.
But I'm afraid that the death toll is going to be something we've never seen before in this area.
And, you know, we often find ourselves here in the Chattanooga area talking about how our local crews are going out to other parts of the country that have had storm damage. We've done many stories on the great volunteer effort from people here who have traveled long distances to help people who have been victims of storms. We are pleased to report tonight that we have heard of crews coming in from Knoxville, Nashville, Atlanta, as far away as Michigan to help our area. And we really appreciate these folks coming through for us. We need you.
We do need you. And Amy Morrow is live in Ringgold. She can bring us up to date. Okay, I'm sorry. We are going to have Amy there in just a minute.
She's out there gathering the news.
Some of the things that are going on. We do know that that Ringgold was hit really hard this evening, and of course it was after dark, and we're not able to bring you all the details of it, but devastating damage has been reported on Alabama Highway, Highway 41. We've got a listing of the roads. Commercial buildings have collapsed. We're talking hundreds injured, as many as hundreds injured.
And the Super 8 motel, the one we mentioned a while ago, they had to evacuate everybody, a lot of folks. Amy is live in Ringgold, and Amy, what are you seeing there?
Hey, David, we're on Highway 151, and I tell you what, it's tough to see much other than emergency lights, you know, the blue lights flashing. They have turned Ingalls on Highway 151 into kind of like a command post. There are a lot of emergency vehicles set up there, but, you know, it's dark here. I mean, it's pitch black. I'm standing in front of Gateway Bank, and just from the flashing lights, I can see that their flagpole has just been, you know, smacked. It's like something just smacked it, and it's parallel with the ground. We do have Keith Colley's out here. We have him, and we just got here on the scene, so we have another camera. We're trying to talk to folks and trying to get to where we can see something. We did talk to some people who were trying to walk out of town as we were coming into town. And we talked with some people who live near the high school, and they were saying that, you know, hey, our neighborhood is just shot. There's a lot of damage. So I guess it's tough right now for everyone to know what's going on, to assess it. It's pitch black. You can't see anything. So they are trying to take folks. We were told that they are asking and using buses. We've seen those buses. People who have been displaced and their homes are, you know, are wrecked. they're taking them to Lakeview High School. We have seen the buses, and that's just what we were told by people who were walking along the street. No official information yet. We're doing our best to kind of get a plan and get in and see what we can see. But again, it's pitch black in Ringgold, and there's very little to see.
Thank you very much for that report. And we don't really have a name for this event today. I'm going to call it the storm of the century because I don't want another one like this for the rest of my lifetime, and I know you don't either. This is just awful. And we should take just a moment to thank and appreciate our tree cutters and power line workers and roofers and EMTs, police, fire, 911, everybody else who's helping with this. And speaking of the power line workers, 95,000.
Yeah.
Out without power, and EPB.
So many traffic lights are down, and so many traffic lights have come down and then been repaired and are back down again and not working. I saw some crews out there this evening working, and they were up in a bucket in one of the cherry pickers trying to get to that, and the wind was whipping them all around, and the light was blowing, and they were up there just doing the best they could. And I know they're out there doing that everywhere they can.
And for those of us without power, and there are many of us here at Channel 3 who don't have power, it's easy to become impatient, but let's be honest, it's going to take them days. And we might as well understand that and appreciate that because it's not a quick fix. You've seen some of the damage and what they're having to untangle and put back together. So we appreciate what you're doing out there. And as Amy mentioned, Ingalls on Highway 151 in Ringgold is the command post there in Catoosa County, probably one of the few buildings remaining standing in that immediate area there from what we're hearing. And it's going to be a little bit frightening to see what we are exposed to once we have daylight tomorrow.
It is going to be frightening. We keep making some comparisons to the blizzard of '93, and of course, one of those comparisons would have to be in the number of outages and the long time it took to get the power back on. But the good news is it's not going to be sub-freezing temperatures out there for the next few days.
As Paul mentioned, the worst is over.
Yeah.
Well, there's still a few areas here and there, but as far as what's coming from the west, it's all good. It's looking good. It's going to be clear. It's going to be a nice day tomorrow. Thank goodness. We've earned it, and we're going to need it. Paul, I guess we should send it to you for the final word this evening on what's still happening and what we can expect.
Great. All the tornado warnings are really now over for the Tennessee Valley. Well, I take that back. There's just one little notch, the southern part of Fannin County, extreme southeastern part of Gilmer County, technically still under a tornado warning. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southern part of Gordon County from Calhoun on southward, but most of that's going to stay south. We still have some showers and storms from Polk County along Highway 64 through Blue Ridge, out through Murray County. That'll be moving over the Blue Ridge Mountains. And North Carolina, not a problem yet. Cherokee County never went under a warning at all. Hamilton County, Bradley County, you're okay now. Dalton, Whitfield County, Catoosa County, everywhere west of Dalton, west of Cleveland, you're in good shape. East of Cleveland, still some showers and storms, but I don't think that we're going to have any more tornado warnings for any major metropolitan area again in our area. It's all moving south into the Atlanta viewing area, and it's moving away from us. There still is a tornado watch in effect for our parts of our area to the south of out over North Carolina, Polk County, still Monroe County, a watch out. That means still conditions, but until that stuff clears out, I'm going to stick around here. I'm not going anywhere until we know for sure that there's not going to be any more tornado warnings around here. We will run the crawls on the bottom of the screen for the severe thunderstorm warnings, but then right now it looks like the worst is definitely over for the Tennessee Valley. Cleanup begins. That's going to be even probably in some ways a bigger story than the actual storms themselves, because that's going to entail human work, and I know that we can do it in the valley. So thanks for staying with us throughout this long, difficult process. The worst is over, and hopefully most of us will be able to get back to work tomorrow. If not, enjoy your day off. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you've got, even though this one was pretty nasty. And we'll have more coming up later on. And we've also got, I guess, the Tonight Show's coming up. I've interrupted Jay. I'm in trouble now. So go to Jay, and we'll see you tomorrow, everybody.